have Edmon Rishmawi here. He's come to us from Bethlehem. We met Edmon, those of us, I led a tour to Israel in 2023. 2 years ago, actually today, I just got a memory from Facebook about some photos that I'd uploaded, and we were there 2 years ago today. And we met Edmon there. He was our tour guide as we toured the Church of the Nativity in Bethlehem. And of course, you know, since that time, the tourism was getting going in Israel again, and it was rather robust for about maybe a year, not quite that much. And then the October happened, and the war started, and there's nothing going on in Bethlehem. And so, so Edmon had the opportunity to come to the States and to talk to some of the churches of some of the folks that he's known from tours and so on. And so we're so thankful that he has stopped here to see us tonight, to chat with us about Bethlehem and some other things. And there'll be a time at the end where you can ask some questions as well. And so we're thankful for that. So I'm going to welcome him up here. I'm going to say a prayer, and then we'll welcome Edmon. I want to mention that we want to send him home with a blessing. So we're going to take an offering for Edmon tonight. If you'd like to contribute to that, we'll have some plates at the end if you want to put cash in. You can also use the boxes on either side here. But just make a check out to the church and put Edmon in the info line. And then we're going to put all those together, and then we're going to give that all to him at one time. Because he doesn't have any way to cash checks, you know, here in the States. The banks don't like to work with Palestinian territories and things like that. So just make it to church, and we'll get all that put together, and then we'll give it all to him at once. So that's the plan. And let me say a prayer, and then we'll get started. Father in heaven, we're so thankful that we have a family of faith that's not just here in Lake County, but that people of every tribe, tongue, nation, and language who call upon the name of Jesus Christ are one family. And we're thankful, God, for the believers in Bethlehem. We know, God, that they are a minority there and that it's very difficult at times, especially now. And we just pray you'll be with Edmon's family as they're back home and in a situation that's kind of daunting. I pray that you'll bless them, Lord, with safety and give them grace and confidence that you're with them. And we're thankful for Edmon here. I pray you'll bless him as he travels around, and he's got some more stops to make. Thank you for keeping him safe on all the travels he's gone through so far. Thank you for bringing him here to Lake County, to Bay Street Baptist Church. We're so glad to hear from him tonight. We just pray you'll bless his presentation, and Lord, that you'll just encourage us with the knowledge of what's been and what is to come, and all that you might teach us through him. And so we welcome Edmon, and we're thankful for him tonight, and ask you be with us in Jesus' name. Amen. Welcome, Edmon. You want a mic stand?
Okay. Hello. Good evening. It's really nice and pleasure to be here. It's the first time for me to be in the U.S., but it's not the first time for me to be in here. I was here. Okay. Again, my name is Edmon Rishmawi. I'm Christian from Bethlehem. I'm 33 years old. I've been a tour guide since 2014. Again, this is the first time for me to be in the U.S. I've been like many states. I'm still traveling for more states here in the U.S. After a week, I'm going North Carolina. From there, I'm going to Virginia. From Virginia, I'm going California. And from there, back to Bethlehem. But it's really nice and pleasure to be here. Who been with me in Bethlehem? Just raise your hands. Who been with me in Bethlehem? Who been with me in the Zoom? Okay, that means there's many people that are like new for me today. Okay, we will talk about different things, nice, special things. First of all, we'll talk about Bethlehem. We will talk about the Christians of Bethlehem and the people who's living in Bethlehem. I will talk about the most important person word. I will talk about Jesus. I will talk about two different places in Bethlehem, two special places for me. The first place will be the shepherd's fields, the place where the angels appear for the shepherds, telling them Jesus was born. And the second place will be the most important church in Bethlehem, and it's called the Nativity Church, the birthplace of Jesus. If anyone have any questions, please just keep it in the end. I will have all the questions about anything for sure. Anything in mind, just ask. The only one she was asking me questions all this 15 months, she was my wife. And she's always right. Because of this, friends, if any questions about anything, let me know. I will answer it when we just finish everything. For sure, again, when we just finish, I have some pictures. I would like to share it with you. who've been with me in the Zoom, they'll have these pictures. Who already want to have these pictures for you, I can share it with you when we just finish. It's already in the computer there, and you can also take it from there. Okay, let's start. You ready? Great. Always, when I start to talk about Bethlehem, I read from the Bible, and I'm always reading from the Bible, from Micah chapter 5:2, about Bethlehem, and after we will start to talk. He said, "But you, O Bethlehem Ephrathah, who are too little to be among the clans of Judah, from you shall come forth for me one who is to be ruler in Israel, whose coming forth is from of old, from ancient days." Always when we start to talk about Bethlehem, we start to talk about the name of Bethlehem. Bethlehem, when we write Bethlehem, it's one word, Bethlehem. But the meaning of Bethlehem, it's two different words. It's Beit Lehem. The meaning of Beit, it's the house. We're living in a house. Lahem, if you ask about Lahem in our language, and my language, the first language for me is Arabic, Lahem is meat. The house of the meat. But we don't use the Arabic meanings for the name, we use the Hebrew meaning. And the meaning of Lechem, it's the bread. The house of the bread. We're very famous in Bethlehem making a round big bread, a very big one, a round one. We made it in the houses every morning, and it's a special bread because we use the olive oil in this bread. Special with the taste and special with the smell. If you just walk in the early morning in Bethlehem, let's say 5:30 a.m. in the morning, you just smell the bread of Bethlehem till today. From the time of Jesus till today, we still use the same bread. It's called taboon bread. It's really special. If you just walk in the early morning in Bethlehem, you smell from all the houses this fresh smell. Okay? Another name for Bethlehem, or another meaning for Lechem, for sure Lechem, who's the bread of life? Jesus. Jesus is the bread of life. This is the birthplace of Jesus. 3, before Jesus, there was a worship God in this place. His name is Lechmo. Lechmo is the God of the bread. And when the people is asking, where you been, where you going, we're going to the God of the bread, the house of the God of the bread, because it's called Beit, house, Lechmo, the God of the bread. This is why it's called Beit Lechem. Okay? This is for sure before Jesus. We already read from the Bible about another name. He said, "O Bethlehem Ephrathah." Ephrat. What is Ephrat? What's Ephrathah? Ephrathah, it's also a Hebrew name for the green land. Why it's a green land? Because who's coming from Jerusalem, Nazareth, Galilee, Jericho to Bethlehem, he will see green. Because of the trees, the olive trees, and because of the fields, because of the shepherd's fields. It's always green. This is why when everyone is coming from high places or from Jericho, they see the green. This is why it's called the green land or Ephrathah. We have 2 different houses beside Bethlehem, small towns. My town, and it's called Beit Sahur. Beit, it's house, Sahur, Sahur. Sahur, it's watchers. Who's the watchers? Shepherds. The shepherds' fields. It's my town. Also, there's another town, and it's the high ones. It's called Beit Jala. What's Jala? Jala. What's Jala? Jala is the olive trees. It's the house of the olive trees. They're very famous in olive wood, and the best olive oil, it's from there. I know that many people in the world, like Italy, they said, we have the best olive oil in the world. And if there's many people, they said, like, we have the best olive. But for sure, I guarantee 100%, Beit Jala's, not Bethlehem, Beit Jala's olive, like oil, it's the best. Why? Because our trees is more than 1,000 years old. And it's like the wine. When it's old tree, it's the best olive oil. Okay? The population in Bethlehem these days, it's around 250,000 people. 30,000 is the Christians, and the rest is Muslims. You already know, or it will be new for you, that Bethlehem, it's a part of Palestine. Bethlehem, it's not in Israel. Bethlehem, it's in Palestine. I'm a Palestinian Christian living in Bethlehem. Okay, not in Israel. It's another state, two states each other. In all Palestine, for the Christians, we are 0.8%. Okay, 0.8%. The majority of the Christians were living in Bethlehem, and we are 30,000. Before, let's say 5 years, we've been 1%. Before 10 years, it was 10%. Before 20 years, it was 20% and more. Where's the people? Where's the Christian? They emigrate outside the country. Many reasons, many different things, but I will give you two. One, and you already know about the news, about what's happening there, the conflicts, the war, politics, crazy things. This is what's happening now, that people said, let's just immigrate outside. The second thing was the COVID. It was just new. Why the COVID? Because 95% of the Christians were working in Bethlehem, were working for tourism. And in the COVID time, we have nothing to do. Really nothing to do. We just stay home, doing nothing. For me, myself, like a tour guide living in Bethlehem, I stayed 2 years, 8 months doing nothing in Bethlehem. Just sitting down in the house, really doing nothing. And after just 2 years, 8 months, we worked 10 months, and the war started. This is how it's, the people said, let's just emigrate outside the country. And this is why they are out. They emigrate all around the world, but there's 4 countries most of the people emigrate to. What do you think is number 1? For sure, USA. 2, beside the US, and it's just beside the US. Canada. 3, they go to Europe. Where they go? With an S. More colder than Spain. Sweden. 4, South America. They go to Chile. Today, in these days, in Santiago, Chile, Santiago is the capital of Chile, there's more than 330,000 of the Christians of Bethlehem living today in Santiago. 330,000 Santiago, 30,000 Bethlehem. Imagine the number. For me, for my family, and it's really nice, and I'm proud of it, I'm the 63rd generation of my family living in Bethlehem. 63rd again. I have 2 sons now, Adam and John. They are the 64th generation living in Bethlehem. They are still there. For me, for my family, we've been living for ancient days. And when we back to this tree of my family, to the grandfathers, they are the shepherds who visit Jesus in the manger. My grandfather, they are the shepherds. Before them, 14 generations, it's David. Okay? In 2018, the last number we get it, in 2018, we've been 463 people living in Bethlehem. Now it's there 63 living in Bethlehem, 400 there in the US. Yes. They're all in Michigan, Flint, Michigan. Flint, Detroit, Dearborn. Yeah. I didn't see them since 6 years. This year, after 6 years, we meet. But I didn't go to Flint, but we meet in Ohio. I drive 2 hours. I was in Pittsburgh. I drive 2 hours, and they drive 3 hours, and we're just in the middle there, and we just have 5 hours after 6 years. But finally, we just meet. But just as for everyone to know that most of the people, they emigrate, and they still emigrate. In 2024, there are 30 families of the Christians of Bethlehem, they just emigrate outside. They go half Australia, half Canada. Okay? We hope it's not continue. We pray that everything will be back to normal. Now, I will start to talk about Bethlehem, Jesus, but I will start from the beginning, from the first story of Jesus, and I need your help. Really, I need your help. You ready? Okay. I know that after dinner we like to sleep, but it's not the time now. Okay, let's start from the beginning. The beginning is The angel appeared for Mary, telling her, "You will having a baby." She was in. No, she was. What's the city called? Nazareth. Wake up. Do some coffee. Do some coffee. Okay. They being in Nazareth. The angel appeared for Mary. You will have a baby. You're pregnant. You will have a baby. How is that? I'm a virgin. This is God's Spirit. And his name will be Jesus, Emmanuel. She just ran to Joseph. This is what's happened. After days, there's something happened. He must go to Bethlehem. Why? Census. But the question is, I don't know if you ask yourself this question before. Why Joseph is going to Bethlehem? Census? Yeah, but why Bethlehem? He's from there. But what he's doing in Nazareth? He's from Bethlehem. But what he's doing in Nazareth? Did you ask yourself this question? He's from Bethlehem. What he's doing there? It's far away. What you're doing there, Joseph? Just a small word. Work. Work. In the time of Jesus, if you want to work in Bethlehem, you have two jobs. Farmer or shepherd. Joseph was, and it's the best place for him to go to Nazareth. You will not use olive trees. There they have their trees, and they have some cedars. You can't use it. Because of this, he chose to go to Nazareth, and there he meet Mary. But who just visit the Holy Land, and he just entered to Nazareth, to Mary's house. Beside Mary's house, there's the place of Joseph. You remember it? We will do a tour. When it's back to normal, we're doing a tour. We will take you all. Who's ready to go? Oh yeah, that's good. We have a good job. This is why Joseph is in Nazareth. This is the only thing. But the story said they came from Nazareth to Bethlehem. And when we look to the stories, we remember the stories, we read the Bible. We said, how many days they take from Nazareth to Bethlehem? What do you think? It's from 5 to 7 days. When we look to the paintings, stories, pictures, we see always a pregnant lady and a donkey, and Joseph is taking the donkey. And they're alone, but never friends. Never, never, never. You can't be alone in walking from Nazareth to Bethlehem. It's not safe. It's dangerous, especially in the night. A lot of thieves. You can't. That means there will be about 20 to 30 people coming with you from Nazareth to Bethlehem. They enter to Bethlehem. There's no room in the inn. And after a while, they just found this nice, like manger, nice stable, and they enter to this nice place, and she have the baby there. I'm sorry to tell you, there is no wood stable. There is no wood manger. I know that we are the best people standing this wood manger, but it's not. If you enter to the birthplace of Jesus, it's 100% natural cave. This stable, it was a cave. This wood manger, it was a stone. It's with rocks. Nothing, never been a wood. I'm sorry that maybe some change of the stories, but there is no wood stable and there is no wood manger. It's 100% natural cave, and it's 100% rocks, stones with a manger. And this is what I will share later when we have the pictures. They enter, and the first people who was, the angel appeared for them, they are shepherds. And now we will talk about the first place, and it's the shepherds' fields. Let's just keep the story of the angels, the shepherds, just to the back. We will ask ourselves, is the field just a normal field? Just a field for shepherds? Or there was an owner of this field? Because of this, we will back to the story of a lady came with her mother to the fields, working of the fields, and the famous words for her, she said, "Where you go, I will go. Your God is my God." And I'm talking about Ruth. All the town of the shepherds, before it was called Shepherd's Field, Beit Sahur, it was called Boaz and Ruth Fields. Boaz was the owner of this town, of these fields. Ruth just came with her mother Flo, Naomi, from Moab, Jordan. She worked in the fields. He know about her story. She become his wife. But also in these fields, we remember another story for a king, David. Ruth, she's the grandmother of David. David, before he was a king, he was shepherd. And the shepherd need fields. He's from Bethlehem. Just imagine Bethlehem, it's the city. There's no fields in Bethlehem. It's like buildings, houses. Where's the fields? The same fields of Boaz and Ruth. And after, it's become the shepherd's field. The angels appear for the shepherds, telling them Jesus was born. That means 3 stories to remember in one place. Boaz and Ruth, David, and he was a shepherd, and the story with the angels and the shepherds. Just in my fields. My fields. Why it's my fields? Because my house, it's just about 30 seconds walking from here to the fields. When I was a child, I was playing just in these fields. And I know all the 48 caves all around the fields. For my groups, when we go to the fields, we don't go to this clean caves. There's 3 clean caves. All the tourists, they go there. But for me, for my groups, we go to the natural 100% caves. Nothing human touch. It's just a natural, not clean. There's no chairs there. All the tourists, they go to the clean places to sit down and they talk about the remember. For me, for my groups, we go to the real cave to show you how the shepherds was living in a cave. There's something or 2 questions I would like to ask you, and please help me. 1, we are the shepherds. We're sitting down in a cave. For sure the animals is with us. And there's 20 wolves attacking us. What shall we do? After praying and screaming for sure. What do you think? Sorry, I will dump my back. Here's the 20 wolves, and we are the shepherds. For sure, there's no door. It's a big door. Will not close the door. There's no door. It's a big entrance. What shall we do? Fire, yeah. Stones, yeah, sure. Yeah, it's good, yeah. For the shepherd, they're very smart people. And you will laugh. They do something called emergency exit. Really, they do emergency exit. How? They do tunnels under the ground from a cave to another closed cave under the ground. And they will be safe. Just flash. Shepherds, it's not just one shepherd. The cave, it's a house. This cave, it's a house. There's a family in the house. There's a lady, there's children. It's not just one. Always we think it's a man. No. There's a lady, and there's kids, and there's the animals. When the shepherd is taking the sheep to the fields, he will back to his house. He's not Bedouins. They're not changing their house. They don't have tents. They have their cave, and the cave is a house. He will back. Maybe he have 6 months outside the area, but he will back to his house. This is why he will start do some fire when all the families and the animals is inside the tunnel, and after he will run to the tunnel and he will block with rocks. They will be safe. Some tunnels, you walk under the ground maybe seconds, 30 seconds, Sometimes you walk more than 30 minutes under the ground from a cave to another cave. And the longest time was for me 36 minutes when I was a child. I don't remember when we go there, did we enter? No? Okay. Most of the groups already like, who's interested to go to the tunnels? They said yes, and I take them to the tunnels. Really, like, they will love it. I really forget. But this is really special. And for sure you will ask yourself, I know that your question is in some here, how they breathe inside these tunnels. Everything is ready from God. Always. Everything is ready. What do you think is our stones there? Our stones in the fields. What type of rocks we have? What do you think? Limestone. Limestone. And limestone, if you look to the limestone, have a lot of cracks. Can enter the air. You can breathe inside easily. And if you just put some water in this limestone and you just dig it with anything, you can open a very easy tunnel. This is how they do the tunnels. It's not safe. For sure it's not safe. Maybe everything will get down of you. But this is how they will be survived from any danger, especially wolves, because these fields is a lot of wolves. Like I've been like watching some wolves down there. Last time it was 2013, I think. Good? 2. I'm a shepherd. I want to sell my lambs. In the time of Jesus, what do you think is the best market to sell my lambs? And why? Where? Where's the best market to sell my lambs? Jerusalem. For sacrifice in the temple. For Passover. But if I'm a shepherd walking with my lambs to the temple, from shepherd's fields to the temple, it's about 10 miles. No one will buy my lambs. Why? Because I'm walking in the fields and they will be dirty. Because of this, always the lambs, they must be pure, clean lambs. Never touch the ground from the birth till sacrifice. Because of this, if you look to the shepherds, he's always having his lamb in his shoulders. Did you see it before? A shepherd having a lamb? Look to the lamb, always clean, pure, or wrapped. Never touch the ground. Always clean. And it will be between 5 to 10 months old. But I see a lot of paintings, a lot of pictures for the shepherds. He's having a sheep, not a lamb. And the sheep is not ready for sacrifice. It's not. What do you think? Why did he have this lamb? This sheep? I will tell you. Always when the shepherd is moving, the group is walking, we said there's a naughty sheep. Always. All the groups, right? Not just sheep, all the groups. If the group is going right, this sheep is going left. If the group is going left, you will find it just here. What the shepherd do? He break the leg of this sheep. Easy. And it will be in his shoulders for 6 weeks. It will be a lesson for all the group. Don't go anywhere, just follow me. And it's work. Every year they do the same thing. I do it for all the pastors, all the 2 leaders of the buses. I'm telling them, this is the best way. And they're looking at me like, oh yes, this is good. You already have it, right? Just don't hold them. Don't hold them. Just put them in the bus, okay? Okay, but you have the way. Because of this, if you look to a shepherd having a lamb, it's clean, white, pure. If it's a sheep, look to the leg. Wrapped, injured. When you're back home, I think you will Google it and you will say, like, yeah, maybe Edmon was telling truth or not. You will say 100% it's true. This is why the shepherd is carrying their lambs or sheep in the shoulders. Before we just back to the angel's story, in the fields, when we enter to the fields, there's a chapel, a new chapel. It was built in 1954 at Italian architect His name is Antonio Perluzzi. He's very famous in the Holy Land. He built a lot of churches and chapels. And the last chapel for him was the Chapel of the Shepherds. There's no electricity inside this chapel. They use it one time in a year. Christmas, midnight service, on the 24th of December. That's the only time they do electricity. Just to give us a reminder how the shepherds was living inside a cave. How they take the sun inside a cave. And in this chapel, we do the best Christmas songs there. I have a video for like the seconds for Christmas songs inside this chapel. I will share it with you. Now to the story. The angels appear for the shepherds. Jesus was born. Go to Bethlehem and you will find a baby in a manger. And shepherds walk from the fields to Bethlehem. How they know? This is the cave. This is the manger where Jesus was born. Star, I will tell you, friends, the star story, it's 100% true. Why true? Because I see the star. All Bethlehem people see the star. Every year, we see the star above the Nativity Church till today. Every year in Christmas, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27th of December, we see the Star of Bethlehem above the Church of the Nativity. Every year. This year it was there, 24, 23, 22, always there. And when we finish, I will share the picture with you, or the star. But the star, it's in the sky. Under the star, there's 7 caves. How they know that this is the cave? The angels, they didn't say, go to 1420 Main Street and you will find a baby waiting for you there. And they didn't just go in the night checking where's the baby is crying. No, they just go straight from Beit Sahur fields to the cave and they found the baby there. Do you know why? Do you know how? The manger, the star, we already talked about the star. But manger, no. I will tell you why. And this is how I know. And this is why I'm here. The angel said, go to Bethlehem and you will find a baby wrapped in swaddling clothes lying in a manger. In the same cave, in the same place in Bethlehem, they are preparing the lambs of the temple for sacrifice. How? They wrap them in swaddling clothes. I told you, you'll never have a lamb for sacrifice without coming pure. And when it's asleep, it's wrapped. When it's born, wrapped, swaddling clothes. And when the angel said, the baby Jesus wrapped, oh yes, this is the place we wrap our lambs. Let's just run. When they run, they found the baby there. And this is how we know this is the cave of the birth. By the time of Jesus till today, was the cave where they're preparing the lambs for sacrifice. For sure, the shepherds who visit Jesus, they are the temple shepherds. They are just the temple shepherds. That means they are like, there's a message like why there are the shepherds who visit them. Because they are the shepherds of the temple. They're preparing the lambs for sacrifice, and this is how they know that this is the cave. For sure, they visit Jesus in the manger, they're back to Beit Sahur, they're back to the field celebrating, singing, happy, dancing. They found a baby, Jesus was born, and they start to give the word for everyone, Jesus is born. The second people after the shepherds, they are the kings, the wise men, the kings of the east. There are 3, there are 4, there's 5, there's 10, 100, no one knows. And don't tell me about the names you know. This is American names. There's no one is from the east, his name is Casper. Okay? No one knows the name. It's just like something traditional. No one knows what is the number. We just know, just according to traditional stories, that there are 3. And because of the 3 gifts, and what's the gifts is? Gold and myrrh. That's it. Okay. The angel appeared for them. Jesus was born. The new king was born. Follow the star, and you will find a baby in a manger. And they just walked from the east, Persia, to Bethlehem. In their way, they stopped for a king in Jerusalem. What's the king's name is? Herod. And Herod was crazy. Crazy for something. Just for one thing. Power. I'm the king. No one is taking my place. If anyone's coming, that's it. Easy. When the wise men enter, there's a new king was born. Where? In Bethlehem. Oh, I will kill him. Just go to Bethlehem. Give him your presents. Back to me. I want also to worship. I want to give him presents. They entered to Bethlehem. They found the baby. They give him the presents. The angel appeared for them again. Don't back. Just like Herod wanted to kill. The baby Jesus take another way. From Bethlehem to Jericho, Jericho to Jordan, Jordan to Egypt, Egypt to Persia. The same night, Herod know about it, or the second day, Herod know about them. They're not going back. He gave an order for the soldiers to kill all male babies there in Bethlehem. Again, angel appeared for Joseph, telling him, run away to Egypt. And from Bethlehem, they go. Jericho, Jericho, Jordan, Jordan, Egypt. The question is, it's safe to travel from Bethlehem to Egypt? No. But they're running. If anyone talk to you, we're destroying your house, we're killing your babies, what do you think? We'll start running. We'll take nothing from the house. You will not look to your passport or your gold or anything in the house. You will just run. Right? But always God give us something. They have one stop when they leave Bethlehem. It was in Jericho. And also one of the caves of Jericho. This is maybe new for you. Or you didn't think about it before. What Joseph just do when he entered to Jericho? He take the gold from the presence of the wise men, and he rent a security people to walk with him to Egypt. The three presents, one of them, it's gold. Jesus, I don't think he need gold. If he want gold, he will be born in a 5-star hotel, not in a manger with animals. This is why the wise men give the gold for Jesus, for a reason. Joseph take the gold in Jericho, he give it for the locals of Jericho to walk with him to Egypt. Because it's taking a month walking to Egypt in the days of Jesus. This is why always God have something for us. And this is why the gold was one of the presents from the wise men. Herod gave an order for the soldiers to kill the male babies of Bethlehem. And in 1881, when they've been working in Bethlehem, building a new church in Bethlehem, St. Catherine Church, my church in Bethlehem, they found, under the church, they found the caves. In the caves, they found tombs. In these tombs, they found 202 babies of Bethlehem. It's a 202 babies. They are big numbers or small numbers? In the time of Jesus, it's I think a big number. I don't think. How many people was living there? 10,000? 202 young baby, like 200, like 2 years babies? No, I think it's a big number. This is why, according to the stories of the Christians of Bethlehem, we can say, like, when the soldiers, they're killing the babies, they didn't kill the babies just of Bethlehem. They killed the babies from Jerusalem to Bethlehem. How we know? There's a small town in Jerusalem. It's called En-Karim. En-Karim, it's the house of Elizabeth. Who's Elizabeth? John's mother, cousin. According again just to the stories, the soldiers try to kill John. And if you enter to this house, there's a big church now. I don't know if you visit when you've been there. You will enter to this house. There's a big rock, and it's written there, the story it's written, that Elizabeth hid John behind this rock. And by miracle, they didn't see him. Again, this is just a traditional stories, but this is one of the stories how we know that they're being killed. All the babies from Jerusalem to Bethlehem. This is why they found 202 babies. And for sure, I have the pictures for the babies there. Good? Clear? Now, we will start to talk about the church, the second church, the Nativity Church, the birthplace of Jesus. The first church was built in the 4th century, especially in 327 by the Queen Helen. Helen, she's the mother of Constantine the king. She came to Bethlehem, she came to the Holy Land, started building churches. She entered to Bethlehem, she wanted to build the birthplace. But how she know that this is the birthplace? What do you think? She came after 327 days, years. The star, she's not from there. She will not know the star story. How you know the star story? How you know the star? Like, how you know that the star is appearing every year in Christmas? I told you. And she asked the people of Bethlehem. She entered to Bethlehem. Oh, friends, please, where's the birthplace? Oh, it's there. Please come with me. Or she rented a guide. It was a good one. The people of Bethlehem told her, this is the birthplace. According to traditional, from the time of Jesus till today, this is the birthplace, and this is how we know that this is the birthplace. That's it. This is the story. She entered, clean, she built the church from 327 to 337. But the first church was destroyed by the Samaritans. The Samaritans entered to the church, destroying all the churches in the Holy Land. But in 536, there was a king, his name is Justinian. He came and he rebuilt the church above the church was destroyed. From 536 to 539. And the special thing about the church there, that's from 536 till today, it's the only church in the Holy Land didn't destroy. That's mean when you enter to this church and you touch the pillars of the church, when you walk on the floor, you're walking and touching the church from 536. But how and why? Didn't destroy. Who destroyed the churches after the Samaritans? They were called Persians from Persia. What's Persia now? Iran. They enter in 614, destroying all the churches, but when they entered to the birthplace to destroy it, they found these nice mosaics of the 3 wise men who came and visited Jesus. And again, the 3 wise men, they are the kings of Persia. Because of this, they said, how we're destroying something our grandfathers was here? Because of this, they stopped destroying the churches, and this church is the only church that didn't destroy. Simple. In this church, in this building, it's a big building, we have 3 different churches. We have one for the Orthodox, we have one for the Armenians, and we have one for the Catholics. 3 different churches on one side. And everyone has time to do service inside the birthplace. 3 services in the morning, 3 services afternoon. Everyone has time to do service there. You can't do it together. Everyone has time. When we enter to the birthplace, 2 different things to see. The first thing, it's the birthplace. It's a star in the floor, a 14-corner star, a silver star. Why it's a 14 corners? Because it's the generations between Abraham to David, or from David to Jesus, or the 14 stations of the cross. To the left side, we will find the manger, because after she gave the birth for the baby, she wrapped the baby and he lay in a manger. Again, there is no word manger, it's a stone manger. But if you enter to the Nativity Church before 2010, you will find completely different church. Everything was looking different. In 2010, the church entered with the word heritage sites, UNESCO places, and they start to make cleaning, restorations for the church, and they found 3 important new things. What is the 3 things? 1, they found the mosaics floor of the first church, the Church of Helen, from 327. A big mosaics floor. Imagine from 327. The second thing, on the pillars of the church, they found paintings from the Crusaders' time. The third thing, it was a big mosaics, a high mosaics. It was also from the Crusaders' time, but it was missing. When we back to the stories by the Crusaders, they do all the church with this mosaic. But when the Ottomans entered to the church, and who's the Ottomans now? Turks. When they enter to the church, they're not looking to destroy the church. They're looking for gold. Because there, it's a 24 carats of gold. This is what the mosaics was. If you want the power, you want money. They just start to destroy this gold and take it. Money, money, money. But they have no more time. Just said, let's cover what we did. And how they cover it? With black painting. Because of this, if you enter to the Nativity Church before 2010, it was 100% black church. Everything you see today was black. Windows, mosaics, pillars, lights, floor, churches, everything was black. But how they take the black painting without destroying this floor or destroying these paintings from the Crusaders or the mosaics from 327? 4 things. Vinegar, lemon, hot water with a toothbrush. From April 2010 till December 2022, it's been ready. And I will show you the pictures, the difference between black and the different. It's a really big difference. When we enter to the Nativity Church, we're entering from a very short, small door, like this. Before it was a short door, it was looking like an arch door. Why it's a very short door? It's for 2 reasons. They do it, the people is not short. No, for sure no. You can't see a short people there, brother, please. For 2 reasons. One, they do it in the Ottomans' time, because the Ottoman soldiers, they used animals, they used horses. And they've been entering from the arch door with animals, with horses and camels. And the church, they don't want any animal to be inside. But this is not the reason. The reason why it's a very short, small door, because if you're a Christian, if you're a Jew, if you're a Muslim, if you're not religious, if you're not believing about this church, when you enter to the Nativity Church, you will give the respect for the church. How? Bow down. You need to. Just imagine that I take Shaq with me to this door. I was the tour guide of Shaquille O'Neal, and he entered from this door. Imagine. Okay. This is why it's called the humble door or the respect door. The last thing I want to add about the church is the Catholic part. Again, the Catholic Church was built in 1881. It's called St. Catherine Church. In Christmas, midnight service, 24 December, we do the Christmas service there. But inside this church, there's another cave beside the cave of the birth. This cave, 1, they found the bones of the babies there. 2, there's Jerome. Did you hear about Jerome before? Jerome, he lived inside Bethlehem for 36 years, and he translated the Bible. The first translating for the Bible was in Bethlehem beside the birthplace. From Greek and Hebrew to Latin. The Vulgate translating, it was in Bethlehem. After we take the King James Version, the English one. But it was in Bethlehem. In St. Catherine Church now, but before it was the cave of Jerome, and the babies also were the same caves. Now, it's the time for pictures. You ready? Let's do it. There's some small videos, and there's the pictures. I will talk about it just now. This is the fields. This is a mixed pictures. Here, again, we remember the 3 stories. This is a well of water. It's used till today. It's a 2,000 years old well. I want you to look to the roof. Can you see the orange roof? Behind, there's a, oh, this is my house. Yeah. Very close. Yeah, when they closed the fields, I was jumping from this place and we've been playing there. Let's do next. There's a voice for, like there's a sound for it. We can't do it. For the video was like a voice, like a sound. It's okay, we will do it for the next one, next video. You see, this is the inside the Nativity Church. This is when it was black. Can you see the pillars, how it's black? The church in the back, it's black. Everything is black. This is what when they start, you found that there's something down, there's something in the pillars. Everything was black. But by click, next, this is the difference. A big, big difference. You'll see, the first thing they found, if you look in the floor, they found the mosaics of the first church from 327. Where the people are standing, this is the church now from the church that didn't destroy 536. If you look on the pillars, there's paintings there. And the higher ones, just imagine all the white walls was full of these mosaics. But this is the rest. There's no more. This is the golden mosaics from the Crusaders' time. Next. This is also a picture when it was black. If you look to the pillars, this is when they start to clean the windows and they start, like the sun to enter inside the church. This is the birthplace of Jesus. The entrance, 16 stairs to enter, 16 stairs to exit. And in the middle there, it's a star, and this is the birthplace. This is the Star of Bethlehem. This is the birthplace of Jesus. 14 corners, and it's written in Latin. This is the birthplace. This is St. Catherine Church from outside. This is also from outside. This is the entrance of the St. Catherine Church. If you look in the middle, this is the statue of Jerome who translated the Bible. This is, there's another one in the back. Can we do the voice, like the sound here? It's okay, no problem. If anyone interested to have this videos or pictures, let me know. This is the video inside the fields. We stop there and we do Christmas songs or services, masses here. And you see like this small altar here, and we do like, this is how we remember the three stories. Boaz and Ruth, David's story and the angel's story, and we read from the Bible there, and we do Christmas songs. It's okay, no problem. Next. This is from inside the chapel of the shepherds. If you see, there's angels, and it's written in Latin from Luke chapter 2, glory to God in the highest. You see how the sun is in getting inside the chapel, and we do Christmas songs inside. This is from inside the birthplace. This is from the star, and it's the back. If you see how it's a natural cave inside. Christmas in Bethlehem. This is a normal, like when it's Christmas in Bethlehem, but it's really special in Bethlehem for Christmas, not just because it's the birthplace of Jesus, because when we celebrate Christmas in Bethlehem, we celebrate Christmas 3 times. We have 3 Christmases. 24, 25 of December, and it's for the Catholic Church. 6th and the 7th of January, and it's for the Orthodox Church. Yesterday was Christmas, oh yeah. The 3rd Christmas, it's 18 and 19 of January, and it's for the Armenian Church. 3 Christmases, and when you are a child, it's really great. Why? Because 3 gifts from Santa, and it's really good. And there's no schools from the 20th of December till 20th of January. Just celebrating Christmas. And this year, last year, we had no Christmas, no Santa, no Christmas trees in the streets, no lighting, nothing there because of the situation there. But this one, it was before the war. And this is the 2nd biggest Christmas tree in the world. It will be just beside the birthplace, beside the Church of the Nativity. The manger. Again, no wood manger, the stone manger. This is Jerome Cave, where he translated the Bible. The Star of Bethlehem. This is the star we see every year in Christmas, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Every year. When I was 3 years old, my father told me, this is the Star of Bethlehem. This is how we know that's the birthplace till 2024. Bless you. The bones of the babies. The 202 babies. You will say, there's some big bones. Yes, it is. There's some big. This is for 99.9. They are ladies, women. They are the mothers of the babies. They've been protecting them. A normal picture for the Nativity Church. This is when you enter to the Nativity Church in a normal day. You will see this line. If you enter October, November, December, February, March, April, May, you need to wait between 3 to 6 hours. If you enter in September or January, you will wait between 1 to 2 hours. If you are blessed and lucky, like our group here, we didn't wait any seconds. We just enter straight to the birthplace. I don't know why, how, but we've been lucky and blessed that we just enter and there's no one there. But this is like a normal. The mosaics, why the church didn't destroy, the mosaics of the wise men, but how they know there are wise men and how they know there are Persians from the hat. If you look to the hat, this is the hat for the Persians till today. The red hats. Fields, shepherd's fields, this is the entrance when we enter. This is when the bus stops outside and you will enter to the fields. You will find this nice sign. The chapel of the shepherds. This is also from inside the Nativity Church. You'll see the mosaics, the high mosaics, the 24 carats. I want you to look to the roof. What type of wood? Not olive, cedar. The cedar is from Lebanon. They bring it walking from Lebanon. People, they take the trees walking from Lebanon to Bethlehem. This is the church from outside in the night for the three churches, Armenians, Orthodox, and the Catholics. This is St. Catherine Church from inside. Again, it was built in 1881. And inside this church, we do the Christmas midnight service. And this is the last picture for the Church of St. Catherine. For me, I already finished here. This is about all the pictures. It was really, really pleasure to meet you. I have a message for you. I'm here for me, for my family, and for all the Christians of Bethlehem. We'll thank you, and really pleasure to meet you. I hope to see you all in Bethlehem, not just here, really in Bethlehem. God bless, and I hope you enjoy